Hello everybody, Glitch Tripper here. I'm back for another mob battle, and I'm pretty sure I haven't done all these mobs before against Braco, so if I may have repeated a few of them in the past, it could happen. But I don't think I've done them quite this way, because I'm going to be having all the Abyssalcraft elites plus a little bit more in against Braco, and part of it's testing out one of the newer ones added, which is the Dark Offspring, and I'm kind of curious how strong it is, so I'm going to do a test. Otherwise, well, we'll see how Barako does against them all, because this will be against a lot of them. And there is one of the previous one's minions that's way over here. I mean, it's just... Yeah, sorry, little guy, but, I had to make sure that the field was clear. So, yeah. Anyhow, here's Barako. We know this guy. He's cool. Now, I can stockpile that now, and see, I may or may not need this. A lot of Abyssalcraft elites have been known to be very aggressive. 40 HP. Not bad. Okay. So it just wasn't immediately aggressive to him. Either way, it's getting roasted. He has an incredibly long range to home in on something once he's already aggroed on it. So running away is not a good answer against Braco. not in the slightest, especially when that's an overhead strike and it just bang. So he got it got roasted with a beam, all right. So Dark Offspring is apparently not elite enough for Braco to worry about. Now, a lesser darn lips, blah, 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 a lesser Shogoth, on the other hand. How are you not going for it? Aren't you, like, generally aggressive? Do I need to push you into an aggro range? Really? I am incredibly surprised. Because normally these guys go after so much. Wait, is it? No. For a while I thought it was turning to attack him, but the answer was no. Darn your weird hitbox. There you go. They do have a lot of health, though, and they have some nasty attack powers, so over time, darn lips again. Lesser Shogoths just got promoted into elite overtime. Barako is jamming out while blasting him. If this goes on long enough, he might give him the beam or the bomb. I do love that new bomb. I mean, the beam is cool. Well, the beams are cool enough already, whichever version. But he also has, well, as soon as he's out of combat, he knows. So he knew that his enemy was cleared. So he's like, never mind. I can just heal now, and he heals pretty quick whenever he does that out of battle regen thing. I just kind of like to clear this up a little bit. But, come on. Well, I think it's still that double click thing. No matter how gentle I try to be with brushing it, it still does that. It is kind of irritating. Because it makes me have to correct a lot of things. But I think I'm pretty sure it was a Windows thing. Because I have seen other people have issues with it, so I know it's not just me. Whenever I started seeing others have issues with the double clicking, being accidental double click, darn lips, accidental double clicks instead of on purpose, I was a little relieved that it wasn't just me. But it still happens, as you can see. Also, it causes double placing as well, because that requires a click. But yeah, I'm getting rid of this terrain hazard here. Oh, there was another one I missed, apparently. Around Braco himself, I think I can click all that. At least I think so. Pardon me as I clear the field. But yeah, that double-clicking thing isn't just me. But that also makes it a little more ambiguous, because I have had this mouse for quite some time. So, is it because of an update that so many people are having issues? Or are we both simultaneously or not just both, but me and anybody else with this issue, rather? Are we all simultaneously needing new computer mice? It's a bizarre thing. To be perfectly fair, I think I extra placed one in the past. I'm doing repairs, because sometimes I try to add back in the demon crystals, which are very beautiful, might I add. Okay, so those two have been out, but the Skeletal Goliath is a bit more brutal with their actual direct attacks. Like, there's a reason why that cudgel is a serious prize. Okay, Braco. You may engage. Wow, yeah, that was a huge hit. Like, 30 points of damage. I mean, the cudgel is a weapon you can win specifically from them, and it deals a ton of damage. I think he got in a... Can mobs get... Oh, the bomb. Oh ho 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 ho. Get roasted. And he's going to just be incinerated over there. Goodbye. I'll let you recover all the way. At least you can do it on your own. Some mobs will only regenerate out of battle. Some will regenerate slower in battle. And some regenerate regardless. Usually a boss thing, obviously. So, it varies. But, yeah, that one did, got roasted. It got him down a lot farther than, some of the others, so we're getting at least a little bit of progression here. But Braco did do some globbering, so getting all the way up to Skeleton Goliath, he's not that impressed. Or at least he can handle it. Now, a Spectral Dragon, I'm a little concerned about my ability to hit it correctly. Because they kind of clip through blocks. I'm not sure where that one even went. I almost touched it with the wand. Some of these are a little trickier. Well, I reset the entities, but yeah. Okay, I'm putting one on a blind spot in the wall. Maybe putting it between things will help me hit it easier. Come on. Okay. Maybe they won't be able to fight anyhow, because they mainly do this weird proximity attack. Wait, more coming back. But I'm not getting them. I'm not even sure that really counts as an attack. It's more like creatures in their vicinity just get the Corallian Plague. I am not hitting them with this thing. Like, seriously. They're just... And I have to hit them with the attack click. I can't hit them with the right click, because right click resets entities. So far, not happening. How about I just consider this one inconveniently inconclusive? Because I'm giving up on trying that. Besides, they're not even really that... Wait. Did I hit it? Or not? Did I whiff? Or does it not have any technical attack AI? Well, right-clicked afterwards. But, okay, they can hit them, but only with their weird proximity attack thing. Ah, I cannot touch them with this at all. Okay, I'm just clearing them out. Never mind. Because I'm pretty sure I hit that one dead on, and it didn't register. So they have to have some odd AI. Because some very special AIs can keep this from telling them to attack something. It does happen on occasion. I know the mod author is trying to make it as universal as possible, but stuff still happens, and sometimes certain types of AI negate its ability to command them. So those might be a special case where other creatures in Abyssalcraft have more workable AI. Now, a dread creature, on the other hand, like a dread guard. That's weird. They normally assault anything that's not a dread mob. Now, reset there. Give him the first attack. Well, whichever actually hits first. Well, the dread guard still got the first attack. Okay. He did get him, but it took a little bit. And he is dread plagued. Well, he was for a moment. He's dealing with minions. That's one thing about Braco, is it's not just him. He's got a lot of minions that he adds in. And once they started going up against each other, he started recognizing them as a problem as well. Braco is still barraging them. This guy doesn't know how to get back. He's just going to get roasted by Braco. You see, some mobs actually remember who they're fighting and will try to find them whenever they are a little lost. Going, okay, now where did I see him last? But this guy, he doesn't quite get it. Of course, he is being basically juggled to the side of the screen, or rather to the side of the arena. Same thing at this time. Let me try to let you get back to Braco, because right now he's probably not even seeing him as a threat. He might be recovered all the way up by now. But the Dread Guard just got kicked around. Well, Braco's minions, the Barako tribe members, are still aggroed on him. I do count minions as an extension of the boss or mini-boss. So I always do consider that pretty much fair. In fact, I don't consider them fully beaten until all their minions are gone. Yeah, he did recover all the way up. He's just letting his minions handle it. It's like, yeah, this guy doesn't, this guy's more than halfway down. Of course, well, okay, he's giving him the beam. Oh, he got lasered so hard. See, now he knows where Braco is, but now he's getting the bomb. Woohoo! I guess you could also call that well, it really is more like a CME on a small scale. So, like, yeah, I'm just going to give you a coronal mass ejection at point-blank range. And now he's just fried. They may be fireproof, but that does not protect from this level of sunburn. I mean, goodness sakes. Rocco, you gotta give him more props, because he really does know how to rumble. So many masks. So many roasted minions. Is there gonna be any of these Abyssalcraft elites that could remotely take on Braco? Well, here's a lesser dread beast. They're a bit they're about as bulky in toughness as a dread guard. No armor, but they also have their own little projectile attack. So it might try to just range them. Yep, it's shooting. It's hard to even notice because they come out so fast, but those are referred to as dread slugs. Little slugs of dreadium that are just chunked at the enemy like a big bullet. Ooh, okay. He's been sent flying, but they will gradually send out a few little minions of their own. But Braco is giving them the beam. Oh, he almost roasted that little guy. Now, will he get the proximity attack in on him? Oh, he's... Okay. You know, that thing's in a very inconvenient position for Barako. Yeah, he just kept striking him there. Oh, I need to punch this. It didn't get hit very much, either. The minions took out the Lesser Dread Beast. But then it still has minions left. I might go for a round 2 on that one. That one was actually... Wait, but there's more minions left to his, too. This is kind of a tie. Okay. They took each other out pretty effectively. That's a tie. Do I want to go for that again? I think I will. But it is initially a tie. Whenever it gets that close, it really gets me going. So let's try that again. Okay, Braco versus a Lesser Dread Beast. So Braco, this guy is your target. Let's see if, once again, the Lesser Dread Beast and Barako the Sun Chief will wind up clobbering each other completely, and their minions being the last thing standing. Wow. That does have some pull. If only he had done that when that little guy was in there, he could have pulled it up and just incinerated it. Because they don't really have that much HP. The little ones don't, anyhow. He does have Dread Plague, though, and he's very low. And he's giving him the beam. Is this guy... I think he's stuck. Oh, he whiffed. He knew which direction he was in, but he couldn't quite hit him. Oh, he's still shooting him. Man, he's got reach. Oh, maybe he is shooting at some of the minions, but apparently he has a blind spot for these little guys right next to him. That little guy can't even get to him. At least not completely. Oh, but he's out. He is officially out now. And this guy's still around with 120 HP, so overall, the Lesser Dread Spawn is maybe a little ahead. But I think I'm going to call this one a best out of 3. That starts whenever my Dread Plague wears off. Well, the third round will start when the Dread Plague wears off. Okay, that was insane. But again, one more round between those two, because sometimes it's pretty decisive, and sometimes you'll have to do further research. At least a little further testing. Okay. At least Barako knows how to get identified with a target. And his knockback is stronger the closer something is to him. So if they're right next to him, he is going to fling them. Okay. Good hit, good hit. Okay, he got the beam pretty early this time. He was pretty much pushed almost to the end of its range. But again, both have minions. Right now, Braco hasn't really been using much of his right now. Well, now he is. Like, right on cue. Yeah, that goes right over the top of those Dread Spawn, I swear. Like, it did. Like, did you see the beam go right over it? Yeah, the beam is going right over it. It's too small for him to target. Oh, the sneaky minions get through. This thing's getting roasted, though, pretty severely. But the Dread Plague will finish him in a little while if he can't take this thing down. Find some way of getting past its minion. It is out, though. It also splits into a few more greater Dread Spawn, so He's not quite over. However, he seems to think it is. He's actually recovering health now because his primary enemy is gone. Do I have to, like, aggro the rest of them in? I think I have to aggro the rest of them in. Okay, he can now beam in their vicinity. Oh, that guy finally comes back. I thought I'd cleared them out previously. Apparently the answer is nope, not really. I think his minions may be a bit better at keeping their aggro than he is, actually. But in a way, not, because he will send them very far away. Both his minions and his blasts, but we'll see. This guy is too small to... Wait, never mind. Now he finally got him. I just had to let him know there was an enemy up close that he needed to get rid of. Oh, they both got beamed. And hard. Can he clear out all of the remaining minions, though? Oh, with a beam like that, it does help. Because he seared them down pretty hard. But now he's, again, forgetting the little guy next to him. If they get to re-merge, though, then they can build back up. There's a bit more dynamics here than just a little bit, so... They're about gone. Let me help them know where the range targets are, though. See, that way it takes care of the ones at a distance. Oof. Yeah, he deals enough damage with that main beam to pretty much just annihilate these little ones. Although they are fireproof, so they won't burn, but they'll still get hit with the sunlight because it's basically an overhead laser. So this time he is triumphant, even if I had to guide him around a bit. But he had lost a few times too, so I think I'm officially calling those two a draw. I mean, he can take out a Dread Guard, no problem, but one of these things with their own little minions and their more long-range attacks compared to a Dread Guard, they can really keep it going. So let's see how we go with a minion of the Gatekeeper. Yeah, he's not as tough as the lesser Dread Beast, but he's still pretty strong. So let's get him going here. They do have a good amount of melee attack, though. And he does remember who he's aggroed on. So he is marching towards him. He's like, oh, okay, that's it. I'm gonna punch you now. Even if I have to hit you with one of my tentacles. However, him staying in range to do that is a little low. I will probably have a rematch with one of them specifically whenever their special attacks are added. Yes, Shino has a very long to-do list, including adding magic to some of his mobs. And that spectral dragon just shows up periodically, but it does very little in the actual battle. Man, he is just getting roasted. And just punted around like a hockey puck whenever he does that little mini explosion thing. Braco himself is doing just fine. I mean, can we give this guy a nice salute just because he's so good at taking out things that are clearly have more HP than he does? Oh, he just gunned him down with his laser. I mean, zip, Oof. Oh, I only have one elite left. So Dark Offspring couldn't do it. Lesser Shogoth couldn't do it. Skeleton Goliath couldn't do it, although they did hit like a truck. They still couldn't do it. Dreadguard, kind of surprised on that one, couldn't do it. Minion of the Gatekeeper also couldn't do it. The Lesser Dread Beast so far is one of the few that have, like, outright... well, that one was a bit back and forth, so that one, I'm calling this one a tie. So, the last one left is a Shadow Beast. These things can be intense for something with only 100 HP. But trust me, if they get their Shadow Breath going, it can be very painful. Braco, yeah, here we go. I don't know. It's just not doing... I mean, it hits quicker, like gets past invulnerability frames, but it just doesn't have the same overall effect as a Dreadguard's like Dread Spew, you know? Because without the plaguing, he doesn't get dealt like damage over time. So I think the Shadow Beast is just going to be, well, flared. It is trying to run for it, but that's not going to work. Yeah. Thanks for the gem. It's always nice to see one of these, but he did get, like, entirely vaporized. Like, poof. So also in the category of couldn't do it. And this is in the category of wish I could figure out how. Oh, that's just a weird kind of inconclusive. But with his ranged attacks and their speed, I still think that unless he was firing the beam right at them, that they'd have a hard time hitting each other. So, yeah, that one's still going to be out for a while. But we know that Lesser Dread Beast is about a tie. And that everything else well, we also know that the Spectral Dragon, I just can't seem to actually get aggroed on him properly. But everything else in Abyssalcraft out of the elites, they get taken down. So Barako is a wall. And I do love this guy's style. I mean, again, it just speaks to my tribal bloodline, so yeah. I'm a big fan of you, Barako. In fact, let me line this up here. Selfie? Yeah, okay. Anyhow, so this has been Glitch Reaper, and I'll be logging off for now. Hope to hear from you all later, and bye for now, everybody. And remember, there will be more mob battles.